Hello, welcome back. Today I'm doing an unboxing of my EK Waterblock's full custom loop system. And last time I got the case that was going in, which is the Fractal Design C, and today the package just came for the water blocks and all that fun stuff. So I'll just do an unboxing. Okay. So this came from somewhere over in Europe land, Slovenia or something. It was shipped internationally. So a bunch of foam, nice protection. And so first part, I'm just going to move this over here. I want to grab one thing at a time. So first we have 3 meters of this EK clear, DuraClear. And this is just the tubing. I went with flexible hosing because this is my first water cooling build. And I'm probably going to be changing out some of the parts for my computer down the road, like I was mentioning with the Threadripper or i9, depending on which one I end up going for. Or maybe I just replace my CPU because it is a 2011-3 socket, so I could upgrade my 5820K to a, I don't know, 6950, and that's a pretty good win if I can get it cheap, and a lot better than doing a full system upgrade as terms for a bang for my buck. But anyways, on with the actual tubing. So we have this flexible tubing here. It's clear. Might as well open it up, just get it out. It is an unboxing after all. There we go. Comes in another box. Pretty plain packaging. And it is tubing. If you've seen tubing before, this is it. So nothing really special there. Let's see if we can find something more interesting than tubing in this box. Okay, so we have my pump and reservoir combo. This is the EK X-Res 100, and then it has the pump as well. So it's an all-in-one unit, and they had the option of going all-in-one or going separate res and pump. And I figured since there's an all-in-one unit, it'd be a little bit easier to install, and you don't have to worry about setting up your reservoir in your pump together, because they have to go together so that the liquid flows into the pump correctly. Otherwise, you can burn out your pump if it doesn't have fluid running through it. So this just makes it a little bit easier. But you can definitely go the other way as well. And this looks a little bit nicer of our packaging. Nice little red here. And it comes with some sort of instruction manual here. And, it has all the parts, pieces, how to take it apart, and all that fun jazz. I'll definitely be looking through this. Usually, you're a man, you don't look through a manual. But given that water is going to be near my PC components, I kind of want to make sure that it doesn't leak on me. Okay, so, and this was pretty expensive for all this stuff, so don't want to ruin it right off the bat because I'm, being macho. Okay, anyways, rambling aside, we have some sort of foam, protect it, and then here's the pump res combo. See, original packaging. If broken, please check contents. So this have a sticker on there to make sure that it's all normal. Factory sealed. And it's a pretty small reservoir. I mean, really, the only reason that you get a bigger reservoir is just easier to fill the whole system, at least I hear. And then it comes with a Moldex cable and another, looks like for a fan or something else. Maybe that's for the pump. We'll have to find out. And then it comes with this little gasket of some sort. I'll have to figure out where that goes. Let's put it on the top here. And then we have a bunch of little bits here. We have this little piece of foam. That's not foam, it's looks like some sort of filter of some sort. And we have a little piece of plastic tubing. We have some Allen wrenches. We have a plug of some sort. There's like a little rubber gasket on the inside. It's threaded and looks like a place you could put a coin there. There is some screws here. It looks like there's like a picture of some sort of mounting bracket. But, oh, okay. There's a picture of the mounting bracket. I'm not sure why, but there is a mounting bracket on the back of the pump here. And so I'm guessing this is so you can mount it directly to the radiators. That'll look nice. And so, yep, that's basically it for the pump. We have, okay, this is my water block for my GPU. So I have a 1080 non-TI GPU. So here's the FC 1080 GTX TF6. It's a bit of a mouthful. In other words, all it really means is we have a 1080 water block, so I can liquid cool my GPU. There's a nice little orange box inside there. And we have more parts. We have, this is all the stuff for the mounting bracket. This says mounting FC on the back or on the front, depending on how you look at it. And so we got more Allen wrenches, some washers, a bunch of tiny screws, and some thermal paste. We also have some pieces of thermal pads, just double-sided tape or single-sided tape with thermal pads. We have a parts list here saying this is all the stuff that comes with, and here's all the install instructions. All the screws that you need to go through. It goes like this. All the screws you need to take off. So it has complete instructions there. And I'll probably make a whole video of putting on a GPU, putting on this water block, because it does look a bit complicated. I mean, it's probably just more time complicated than actual complicated, but it'll be an interesting video maybe. So here's the meat of the product, and oh man, that's pretty substantial weight to it. So here we are, and that's a beautiful looking beast. Let's see, remove foil. I'm not going to remove that yet, but it tells me to remove it. Okay, so you see all the water block. This will all be filled up with liquid at some point. And then we have the two holes here for putting your fittings on. And yeah, here is the full water block. So I'll put that away. Okay, next goodie to go along with the water cooling block for the GPU. I also got a back plate. It says open the bottom for the screws. So I'm guessing there's going to be screws down here. Yep, this little rolled up bag of screws here for the back plate. And that was it. And then you pull out the tab again. And now we got the full product. We have original packaging, seal. And this is a nickel-plated version as well. We have two pieces of cardboard. It's a nickel-plated copper. Oh, it says MSI on there. That's nice because whenever I went through the configurator, I made sure to put in all the components that I have currently, and I do have an MSI Armor 8 1080 GeForce. Okay, and so it came out these. These just probably made it so fingerprints don't get on here. I probably just ruined it by touching it. And then we have more instructions of what screws need to come off, what screws go where, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing a video on putting on the back plate and putting on the front plate or the main water block for the GPU. And it looks like it also came with some more thermal pads. Next we have fittings, and this is just a loose bag of fittings. And we also got a Y splitter here. Let's just open this guy up. So I have a radiator coming up. Maybe I should show the radiator first, but So this connects 3 fans to 1 output or 1 input for the power. I also got a ATX bridge. So this will allow me to turn on the power supply without the power being connected to the motherboard. So that allows me to run the fluid, the pump to run off the power supply without power going to the main motherboard. So you can test and set up your loop, make sure there's no leaks and all that fun stuff. So this is pretty useful. I mean, you could just take a paper clip or something else and shove it in the right pens, but this seems a little bit safer. And then I have a whole bunch of fittings here. And I actually went with the acid green fluid, which I will show later. And then I got purple fittings here. And these are pretty nice looking fittings. So they're nickel on the inside and then purple on the outside. And they had the little EK logo on them as well. I guess there's 1 fitting per component or per connection for the hose. I went through the configurator and it automatically chose the right amount of fittings. I was relying completely on that thing just because it seemed pretty nice and it was a reasonable price. Well, reasonable as in, you know, as far as water cooling goes. Okay, so I have a bunch of fittings. And that's all that was in this part. So put the fittings and the other components away. So next up we have a Vardar F2 120 millimeter fan. It runs at 1450 RPM. And so that's the F2 series. So it's just a normal looking fan. There is no sleeving on right here, but it's black, so it's not a big deal. And there is sleeving on this part at the very end, and it's all tied up. It is roughly about 1 foot in length. And it also comes with 4 of the standard fan screws. So that's one of them. And I ordered 3 of these guys. So all 3 fans are out and they're all exactly the same. And they're fans. I'm not going to go over how loud they are or whatever. I will do that later in a different video. So next we have my EK Cryo Fuel, which is green acid color. And that looks pretty interesting. I just have to mix this with a 1:9 mixture, so I need the 900 milliliters of distilled water to mix with this, and I'll make a full liter of fluid. And this has all the concentrate for getting the color, and blah, blah, blah. So this will keep my system from growing algae and other stuff, living things in my system. So that this will help with that and give it its color. So yeah, this will look pretty cool. Okay, so next we have my CPU water block, which is quite a bit smaller than my GPU water block, obviously. So this is the EK Supremacy Evo X99, because I have the X99 chipset or series for my processor or motherboard. So again, more instructions to follow for how to set up your water block, and I will look at those later. And so now we have the water block itself. Comes on this little cardboard tray, and we have some thermal paste in here. It's the EK TIM Ectotherm, and then we have the water block. It says, please remove before use. Obviously, just not going to do that right now because I don't want to contaminate it yet. I will do that when I put it on, actually on the thing. And so, yeah, this is a nice looking water block, more acrylic or PVC. I'm not exactly sure. And then I got the nickel plated everything else. So, yeah, water block for the CPU. Okay, so lastly, we have this big guy, which is a 360 millimeter rad, which is EK Coolstream SE 360 Slim Triple. So it is a triple, also, 360 millimeters, and it is slim, so it's slim this way. And let's open this guy up. And this is what it recommended to me for cooling both my GPU and my CPU. General rule of thumb is supposedly 120 millimeter per component. So this is 1.5 per component. Okay. Okay, and then it has like this, almost feels like the dryer felt flint stuff. So here's the radiator. You can, it has some scale on it falling off or some dirt or something. So I definitely want to wash this guy out. But yeah, it's a pretty big radiator. It's not too heavy. I was expecting a little bit heavier, but I guess it's made out of something that's not quite as heavy. And then we have 2 plugs on the back. These come off for your fittings. And LC Solution Coolstream SE. So along with the radiator, we have some pieces of cardboard. We have 4 pieces of cardboard. I don't know, maybe I shim out the radiator or something. And then we have all the hardware. So we got a bunch of bolts in here, and we got an Allen wrench for those bolts. So that's all my stuff that I got out of the box, and this is the complete custom loop. It is a single loop system. I will be converting over my existing PC that is on air cooling over to completely water cooled. And I'll be using the Fractal Design Define C, put all of this in. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, leave some comments below, and think about subscribing. Until next time.